of the day. Last day, though, for Group C.
Okay, and beginning this, we will see MIBR towards CT side, getting very aggressive towards middle, actually pushing into this playground area where Automatic should be able to spot somebody, but it's going to be Fur aggressive towards that T ramp, able to take down one as Coldzera and Fallen find one of their own.
And you're taking damage as well if you're Rush, but he's able to at least return one frag. Cajun B is unable to win this fight in mid. It was a temporary 1v1, but now Rush is left with the bomber racing towards the B site, and Taco is out in front of him. And they'll give him a little bit of business. Being so wounded, it only took one shot. MIBR take that pistol round.
Yeah, very scrappy round coming up from MIBR, pushing up that middle towards Fountain right off the bat. Some great shots being hit by them. Cloud9 actually coming out late towards T-Ramp, and that's what kind of gets them caught there because the MIBR players are already set up, already waiting for them to emerge from that little T-Ramp spot, and that's going to get them mowed down. The final member Rush trying to move the bomb back to B to at least get a plant, and Taco's already in front of him by Monster to take him down. So 1-0 to start this game for the Brazilian side.
Yep. And Cloud9 only spends $700 into this round with a single deagle. Everybody else has some pistols. They run through the Molotov in mid so that they could get up into a playground real quick, go for a little boost, and try and put this deagle to work early. The only player that would be in that territory would be Fur. He's at the top of the bathroom, so I don't think he'll be able to push all the way down to long by the time that Rush and company end up getting bored up on top of this boost.
Looking at it right now, MIBR doing a good job not overextending too much. Taco getting dinged here as Phelps pushes up the Monster through that short pipe. And he's going to head towards T-Spawn where Vice has actually placed himself behind the disco area with that Glock. And this could catch Phelps off if he just continues towards T-Spawn.
He's pretty far extended, and he'll take the first fight, winning against Vice in disco and falling back. Right behind him was Taco. So there wasn't, if there was short-term success there for Cloud9, that's exactly what it was going to be, short-term success. Those rifles would have been traded out. For now, getting a pop flash. That came from long or on the other side of the bathrooms. He'll get two for the price of none as Coldzera was credited with that flashbang, and you have a perfect anti-eco round in the second for MIBR, and losing no one and stacking up quite a bit of cash, especially in Fur's hands, getting 3 kills with his MP9.
Definitely. It's going to be interesting to see whether MIBR opt to actually put an AWP on the field early on, or are they just going to keep those SMGs? It does look like they're going to keep the SMGs, so what that tells me right now, Dallas, is that MIBR will be looking for a little bit more of an aggressive play. Maybe they're going to take short pipe control early on. Maybe they'll take the connector area, and that's just because those MP7 or the MP9s, the UMPs, are just so much more deadly in those close distances.
Rush quickly in, and you were talking about the aggression. Fur and it looks like Fallen initially poked up to the threshold towards Fountain and instead backed off. So MIBR are not going to keep any kind of long-term stance on any aggression. They back right off, and they're holding some relatively tighter angles. Phelps, the only player that had the AUG, was holding towards the short pipe, instead starting to back himself off right now. The rest of the SMGs, though, are still sitting on some angles that I would anticipate not being favorable to them. For example, out towards long is Fallen with a UMP. He wouldn't be able to make too much use out there, so he was just shoulder peeking it, gathering intel as he spots the first player from Cloud9 around that corner.
Yeah, I'm actually interested to know if Fallen spotted the bomb there as well, because no rotations are actually coming in towards the A site. Instead, we're going to see MIBR pop flash towards Monster, clear that area out, and it's really on Fallen here as this bomb moves closer and closer towards A to defend this entire area. As Fur has pushed himself up towards Divider, we got 2 isolated CT players here that really only have nades to help each other out.
Yeah, they've got 3 nades, smokes for Cloud9. I would assume that's going to be Bank, that's going to be the dumpster, and possibly closer towards long, right where Fallen's standing next to the sign. And he's prepped a Molotov of his own. The smoke fades at the bathroom side, and Fallen will just underhand that Molotov to hold his rear flank. And Cloud9 advance forward on the back end of that. Now they're going to get some smokes that pour into the site as anticipated.
20
but you got heavy presence for MIBR in the bathrooms right now with players coming up through the stairs. They end up picking up the first kill for Cloud9, making their way in safely so. But Fur has not been cleaned out of the backside of the bathrooms. His angle is checked, but he loses. Vice loses that fight, and that's going to leave the site vulnerable to this angle.
I like that decision-making from Fur. Not hunting down the bomb there, actually takes down the player coming up short A, and that's going to give MIBR such a pillar position towards this short site that the retake becomes so much easier. Right now we actually have Automatic going in for the long flank onto Fur. Can he get this kill? No, a great shot by Fur, and MIBR going to move into that site. Coldzera picking up 2, and they're going to pick up their 3rd round on top of it.
Yep, and that was a round that MIBR, got to remember, only had one rifle, just that one AUG, and they're able to pick up 2 more AKs out of this one. So that is a wildly great round for MIBR, just swapping out 2 SMGs for the price of 2 AKs. 2 players will be able to rebuy their armor, no problem whatsoever. This is that angle from Fur on the back end, and you were right, he didn't challenge the bomb. Initially, he was on the CT spawn side of that divider wall, and I thought he was going to actually swing out and try and stop that bomb being planted. Instead, he just makes sure that, okay, Cloud9, we'll give you the bomb plant, but we're going to make sure you don't have bathrooms control to be able to hold on to that bomb.
And look how massive that was, because Automatic then has to swing around, make all that noise to get to Fur. Fur picks up another easy kill on the round, and that leaves the 2 Cloud9 players essentially pinched within that A site, allowing MIBR to just simply move in, catch them off guard, and get themselves 2 more kills on their way to their 3rd round.
Yeah, it's just good foresight to be able to tell the difference in a instant reward and a long-term reward in that, and how much more valuable those bathrooms would have been to Cloud9. So just deny them in the long term. So Cloud9 are able to afford up AKs on this round. They've got head armor as well. They're going to try to trick a dry peek into the B site. They're able to advance all the way up to the pillar, and Taco is completely caught off guard. Some late smokes come down. That's going to be able to plant the bomb. And
Good
similar
shooting.
to what we saw yesterday, Rush is able to pick up consecutive frags. And MIBR right now, thinking about a retake, it would be difficult still to be able to pull this off, because it's Cloud9 coming in dry, using smokes late on that position. These smokes are still in existence, and they've been able to use that to get a counter boost up into heaven.
Yeah, Fallen actually kind of watching this. I feel like he's anticipating this boost coming around as Vice turns the corner. This should be Fallen's kill, and there it is. The exits from MIBR should be on the way as we see Fur actually moving towards T-spawn. That's going to give him a little bit of an opportunity as well to take down Automatic.
Yeah, MIBR have enough cash, I'd say, to be okay with especially holding on to 3 rifles. Holding on to 2 might be a little bit of a different story, so Fur is a little bit vulnerable right now. But Cloud9, they sense that as well in themselves. They are like, okay, we finally got our first round on the board. We lost our first rifle round. We're barely able to pick up that second rifle round, even though they had 4 players alive. I think that was a very risky strategy to come in crawling through the B monster tunnels, because most of the time you're going to end up getting pop flashed on that position. It was MIBR had no direct presence there on the monster tunnel, and that ended up biting them.
Definitely. Rush hitting 2 great shots, though, in the process of taking that B bomb site to really throw it in Cloud9's way. I thought there would be a couple entries going for the CT side, but yeah, Rush thwarting all of that with those 2 great headshots that he pulled off. Looking at this round, however, we are going to see the majority of the Cloud9 players. Well, it's most likely going to be a mid-take here. We see 2 players sitting towards Playground as well as T-Ramp. 2 players moving up the connector area as well. So momentarily, Cloud9 should have mid-control, most likely towards Party. I don't imagine they're going to be pushing the bathroom too quickly, but nonetheless, it will make Fallen fall back.
Yeah, Flashbang pushes Fallen off of his initial angle, but he will be at least able to settle back down and watch the top side of the connector and the outside of these bathrooms. But he's gone into a wider angle, so if they are able to swing out to him, he would need a miracle shot to be able to pick it off on a flick. If it was over towards the connector side, that would be Cajun B. But Golden would be on the peak to the right side of Fallen, and I like this more shallow angle from him anyway right now, a little bit more defensive.
As we pass the minute mark on the clock, Vice with a nice shot onto Phelps towards the short area. That's going to open up that B side a little bit more, maybe even prompting some rotates. And yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen. All of the MIBR players falling over towards B bomb site, and this is a great call out of them, because look at Cloud9. With 30 seconds on the clock, they're moving the bomb into B.
And MIBR have put everybody to the B site. It is a 4v5 on the site, and it's about to be fireworks. Molotovs over towards the toxic barrels. Heaven smoked off as well, but MIBR aren't even utilizing that right now. How well can they do with a double op at point-blank range? Coldzera has the first. Fallen looking for the next as well. They're covering one another, but since Fallen was falling back, Coldzera was exposed to the pillar. Now Golden pushes up. It's time for Cloud9 to strike back. Only Cajun B's left, and he spotted them both. He'll take the fight in a 1v2 clutch. With only 6 seconds left in the round, no chance to plant the bomb at that point. It may have even fallen down somewhere irrecoverable as far as the clock was left, but Cloud9 barely picking up that round again.
Yeah, here are these shots from Cajun B with 9 seconds left. He's able to pick up the final kill onto Fur. But really, in that round, Cloud9, I like the idea from them opening up the short B pipe, then slowing it down, moving the bomb back over, and MIBR make a great call in the middle of that to just gamble stack on that B bomb site. It does pay off as Cloud9 executes in, and we see the entries going MIBR's way as Fallen as well as Coldzera chime in for 3 kills between them. But as Fallen falls back from short with that AWP, Coldzera gets taken down. That opens opens up the pillar area. The Cloud9 players moving in are able to take down Pit as well as towards that graffiti, and then at that point it becomes Fur in that situation, in that 1v1 against Cajun B, and Cajun B comes out the victor.
I think this Cloud9 roster is going to end up being really, really good. Throughout the past 2 days, and so far, including today, we've seen Rush stand out quite a bit. He's had not the most consistent halves, but we've seen him come in when he needs to be clutched. In that scenario, being in a 1v2, he's done well. And I recall him doing rather well as well yesterday on Mirage. So right now we've got a 1-round lead for MIBR, and they go up for a pretty decent buy right now, just holding on to the op. They've got some pistols and a shotgun in there. So Fur having the Mag 7, he'll be holding on to the central point of the map and trying to keep Cloud9 from having this mobility. If they were able to push up into the bathrooms, they could come down to the connector, they could hit short, they would have basically MIBR pinned into the back of the site. Fallen's op, though, right now is at party. He can hold the top end of the connector, which is covering where Fur's shotgun is.
Cajun B able to take down Fur now as Vice taking down Taco. The B site is open for business. Cloud9 moving in. Rush finding 2 kills of his own, leaving only Fallen with that AWP, and I do imagine he is going to save that, not wanting to go for it, wisely so. No armor, no utility, no kits on him either. Not really an opportunity for him to clutch this 1v4. He's going to bring that up into next round, and hopefully MIB are able to find success in that.
Well, Cloud9's money is not all that hot right now, so for staying alive is a welcome sight for sure. Fallen is watching the T stairs, and Rush is the closest player to him right now, but Rush is playing in such a defensive position above the spool that I don't think that anybody, Fallen nor Rush, will end up running into one another at that point. So it'll be a tie ball game as we go into the top of the 7th round, and Cloud9 continue trying to run through this one. They've got 3 rounds in a row, but again, their economy doesn't really replicate what you would expect for 3 rounds in a row. It came down to that 1v1, or really it was a 1v2 clutch for Cajun B that he managed to win and just barely kept Cloud9 above that.
Yeah, MIBR now looking at their money. Yep, okay, so a buy is in store for them here. Cloud9, however, doing a wise choice in the previous round, not hunting for kills here. These 2 great kills that Rush got to just pretty much cement the B site for the Cloud9 side. But looking at Cloud9 in general, they weren't hunting there, and that's a wise decision. It's very early on in the half. They want to build economy. No use just going for those frags early on right now because of the fact that if they do go down, they're going to have to be dropping guns. Their money's going to be shot, and if MIBR picks up a round, well, they're going to be going on to a save.
So we've got a head stack in connector right now. Fur was the bottom side of that one, while above him was Phelps looking into the short tunnel to see if they could catch him. Oh, a rare miss. Now Golden swings out for 2. Fur's trying to get back out there. He's out in the open. He's able to at least trade that, and vulnerable himself. Since he was trying to swing further and further out, it was actually a long ways back to safety. He does end up getting back there, but still, you've got a man advantage for Cloud9 and still taking a fight against Taco out here. You got even strength as finally coldzera is able to pick up a kill towards the short tunnels. Cloud9 are now leaning towards the long A side of things and the bathroom side of things, which should indicate an A hit, especially now that they've lost connector control.
Does look like Fur will be falling back into this A bomb site. Taco as well with him to play this 2A setup. coldzera playing short pipe now. This is a great position for him as well. Cloud9 moving that bomb up ever so slowly towards the A site.
2-pronged attack possibly. What they've got going for him right now is that coldzera is still down towards the B site, and Taco side by side with Fur up here, basically at Optimus truck and the armored truck. Fur's watching out long. 28 seconds. We've seen a couple of these rounds.
What?
Yeah, that was a big what. I have to see that one again. Automatic just executed Cajun B, apparently. Maybe there's no retreat. Rush is able to pick up the kill on the grenade against Fur, but Taco has floated right into the smoke. It's 7 HP, but only 10 seconds. He's going to be very valuable, but Rush is able to pick him off.
Oh my goodness.
What happened this round?
I cannot believe that Cloud9 actually have the opportunity into this round. Thankfully, for Cloud9, those MIBR players were very low on HP. Automatic, even though he took out his teammate, still able to move into the site, get that bomb down, and we are into a 1v1 now as coldzera looks for his 3rd kill of the round on Rush.
He's got the right idea. He spots Rush, gets the headshot, but it's not enough. 97 damage to Rush, and then Rush responds back with an AUG of his own. Cloud9 continue the onslaught, 4 rounds in a row for themselves, but Automatic is now -1 and 6. That was his first kill.
Hey, at least he's on the board, some way or another.
Right, it's not a 0. Here's Rush, who's managed to clutch this one out, 1v1. but I believe this may have been his entries with the smoke still here.
Whoa.
That was a great one because Taco, he was at 7 HP, but that was a great kill because that if the bomb doesn't get planted there, the round virtually ends. There was like 6 seconds on the clock.
Essentially, if Taco does take down Rush in that situation, Taco able to now chase down that bomb planter, and really coldzera doesn't even need to get involved. But in that round, we will see Rush hitting some great shots. Automatic, I think, hit the greatest shot of that round still.
I still don't understand. I mean, there were no CTs even in the neighborhood.
I think he was just a little bit, like, not too focused in, as we do see the mid pressure coming out. I don't think he was too focused in, and then a player popped up on his screen, and he just eliminated him.
First thing to move gets removed.
Exactly, exactly.
It's how it might be a little bit nervous. I mean, they talked about that. Jason did at the beginning that this wasn't going to be a clean fight. This was going to be some sloppy Counter-Strike from both sides. You have MIBR, the veterans that haven't really caught up to the new shade of what Counter-Strike's looking like these days, being reassembled and put back together. And then Cloud9 is also put back together with a different roster, obviously. So you've got a lot of question marks above this game, how it could end up playing out. So you get more sloppy Counter-Strike.
And off that eco round, Cloud9 were able to pick up their 5th round on the board. MIBR, on the other hand, will be buying their weapons into this round, hoping to get closer to that tie game, as Cloud9 finding themselves in a 2-round lead here as we're nearing the end of this first half, moving towards the latter part of it. Fur peeking that connector, not able to catch off Cajun B, and Automatic, well, he's able to get that 0 now beside his name.
007. He's made it to 007 with a kill, which is impressive. That is surprising from Automatic. He's got a little bit of a boost up on top of the sandbag and up on top of that. So actually, we were talking about this with Tom Eric earlier about that exact boost, and it almost has no use. But we actually see that head stack coming up on top of the sandbags now. They instead see nothing, and then they aggress through short, finding Vice. 3-on-3 right now. The bomb is leaning towards B, but on the other side of the world is Rush, and he's setting up for some smokes to the A site to at least keep some MIBR players respectful of an A strike.
And only one member on this B site really to defend, and that's coldzera. He's placed himself by the barrels now on that B bomb site, tucking his head down as well, and that's a pretty nice idea out of him. He doesn't have anybody really baiting for him, however. So Cloud9, if they do move into B, I do imagine they'll check coldzera. They'll be able to pick up that frag. Yeah, the Molotov now pushing him out. And he's down to 46 HP, Dallas.
They've pushed him all the way down into the water, and a third Molly comes through. They're going to push their own Molotov. Automatic going ham on this one. Able to sustain against the fire and flames. Bomb's going to be planted to its default position. It can't be stopped for the time being. Phelps, though, on above, in heaven, gets the kill, rushes the smoke fades. He's been spotted from both players, so his life was on a very short leash, and now you've got MIBR finally able to pick up a round back in return after all of a sudden Cloud9 end up winning their second rifle round and then run right through 5.
Yeah, Automatic taking a lot of damage there, moving towards the pit. I do like the fact that coldzera moving out from that barrel area towards short, completely repositioning himself, ending up getting the entry kill before going down. MIBR able to keep 2 people alive in that round as well, building up just a little bit of cash for their efforts. Cloud9 now looking at their money. Well, they've got plenty of it. After those 5 rounds in a row, Dallas, they're looking pretty sweet and pretty built up.
Sweet like tea. They'll be able to rebuy, no problem. And MIBR are actually on the endangered list because you saw 2 survive that round. They'll go into a double op. One of those ops include a glass cannon for Fallen, of all people. He's going out long. The other op is Fur, and right now he's jumping towards the party to look down towards mid and now look into playground. So you got a lot of op presence out towards the A site. The rest of the rifles are actually towards B. Yeah,
that's a nice little nade coming out from Phelps towards the short pipe. Cloud9 moving in closer now as they pass that short pipe smoke.
They're going to go for this boost again. Look at MIBR. They've got 3 players stacked up here, so it's obvious that they're going to try and put them up top. Nobody's all the way towards T ramp. Actually, no, Automatic is, but I don't think he'll be spotted. Automatic's vulnerable. Looks like they just end up taking the stack and catch a player rounding the short corner anyway. Now Taco picks up the next kill after the assist on the first, and Cloud9 surprised by that.
Yeah, I'm not really sure why Vice took that peek solo with Golden right beside him. They even had a player Monster that could have most likely flashed Automatic, who was sitting outside, that most likely could have flashed for that peek if they wanted to take it towards short pipe, but they're going to dry out. Vice gets taken down first, and then Golden coming in, what, maybe 3 seconds later, allows MIBR to kind of reset themselves and then go out and get another easy frag there. So that's a nice job by MIBR just to exploit the lack of really cohesion coming out from Cloud9 in that round.
So it will be a 3v3 at least towards this B site. The reinforcements can quickly be there. Fur is on the A site, so it's just a hop, skip, and a jump down to the lower. Rush clearing at his short angles. He's up. Pop flash has come his direction, and a second one is there. Blinding one. They'll swap that out, but right now, Cloud9 don't have much more room to sacrifice players. They'll double Molly again towards the Toxic Barrels, but it's not deep enough. In fact, Phelps can stay on Toxic Barrels and not be pressured by this at all. So they may have just overshot those mollies. I'm not sure why, but we've got a 5-5 scoreline. MIBR are able to avert a little bit of a disaster there, considering they had glass cannon ops floating around. Their economy was fragile, but they do really well on that with a gamble towards the boost on the sandbags.
Yeah, it was a big gamble there, and I was pointing that out, the fact that they could be taken down any moment there, especially if there was a little bit of spamming or even the pop flash coming in from Cloud9 to peek that area. Unfortunately for them, they do neither. They're going to dry peek in one by one. MIBR exploits that, and then Cloud9 in the 5v3 trying to move into the site. Well, Phelps doesn't get mollied by that barrel, so he's able to just hold fast. The rotations come in as well. Phelps picks up a very easy kill, and MIBR is going to tie this game up at 5 apiece.
Okay, and to start this one out, Cloud9's pistols likely means that MIBR are going to end up taking the lead again, returning that favor after about the eighth round or so, where Cloud9 took it back somewhere in that region. And Cloud9 are just looking for a pick or two. They've got a lot of deagles, 3 deagles on the field, so they can reach out and hit you pretty hard, even if you're an opper. Maybe not as fast as Fallen, but might be able to catch Fur out there floating around. Right now, though, Phelps is in the bathrooms, and he's going to hear a lot of T presence out long. Let's see how everybody shifts over towards the A site, because in all reality, you got bathroom presence, so this does leave Phelps alone. He's sprayed down 1 and 2 and got bomb control, so now MIBR is going to start looking like ants crawling out of the B site, rushing towards A. Great shot from Phelps as well, as he's picked up his 4th, looking for the 5th. Where does Vice manage to lie? He's actually out there coming up the connector, so he's going to end up looking for the ace. Anti-eco ace.
There you go, the pentakill coming out from Phelps, as some would call it. We call it an ace, though.
Yeah, wrong game, wrong game. It's not a rampage either.
All right, MIBR now taking the lead. That was a very, very easy round for them. I mean, Phelps, the spray down towards the long outside the bathroom. Cloud9 now buying up into this round, Dallas. I'm going to want to see them move a little bit faster, because the clock has been winding down on the majority of their gun rounds here. We've seen them taking sites, 20 seconds left. A couple sites they actually got in around 10 seconds, I do believe. Even that round where Fur ended up, you know, being that pillar towards Divider and taking out that short A player, not worrying about the bomb plant. I do believe they were getting the bomb down with 10 seconds left on the round, so they're not giving themselves enough time to really get comfortable in the site. When you're letting the clock run down that low, there are angles that you aren't going to check. You have to pick up the pace, and that's where the mistakes can be made. So I'd like to see Cloud9 start picking up the pace earlier in the round to clear out these areas, and so they don't have to worry about getting shot from all these off angles into the late round.
Well, we've seen MIBR as well when it comes into the late round or the later rounds. They've read Cloud9 like a book. We've seen them especially abandon the A site and go for a B stack when it was like 4v4 still, which is pretty brave to do, but great on MIBR to be able to take a read like that. Fur picks off Golden as he just rounds the corner, and Fur will drop a Molotov to cover his own retreat safely back towards the A site, well back, and Fallen as well will join him in arms up there. So a double op setup towards A. This is the same default that we saw MIBR getting success in the past handful of rounds or so, where they keep the automatic rifles to B and the long-range slow-firing rifles on A.
Vice now towards short pipe, able to take down Phelps, who was aggressed a little bit solo there. Automatic now dropping Fallen, and this is the Cloud9 picking up the pace here, not letting that clock run down. They're moving very quickly towards short A. Rush now taking down Taco, who's trying to get re-aggressive and trying getting a pick for his team. And it's on coldzera right now towards this B bomb site. He's close to short to make it happen.
Yeah, Fur's got a flashbang. He's going to try and help out. There's a flash coming for coldzera. It's popped out above and to his left, but Cold seems to have done this just fine all by his lonesome. The bomb's been dropped out here as well, and coldzera staring it down. Automatic soon to round this corner, but Cajun B is point-blank range. What a fresh smoke that comes in. The support from Fur, and coldzera has single-handedly locked down this site.
This is massive here. Cajun B now in this 1v2. coldzera, great work in that B bomb site. A phenomenal effort to really cement the round for MIBR here, unless Cajun B can hit some great shots and actually open this up. 20 seconds on the clock.
He's been spotted. There's the pop flash. He'll turn away from that one. Cajun B was able to be credited with 1v2 early on, but not this time. That was a much more difficult task to try and take. Last time, I believe the bomb had been planted, and he was in a 1v2 defending that one, so no problem. 7-5, it's still an okay half so far for Cloud9, but things have changed drastically for MIBR. As soon as they go for this double op A, 3 rifles to B, it's really worked out incredibly well. Cloud9 just can't quite figure it out, even though they did start it out okay. I think they actually had a 5-3 advantage, but then coldzera is still alive.
Okay, Fallen getting very aggressive towards middle once again. He always starts the round towards Party, just trying to make that presence known. We will see smokes from Cloud9 both by the bathroom entrance as well as Divider to push back Fallen now. And Cloud9 have done a great job very early on of taking this mid control off of them.
So only pistols for Cloud9. It's been a bit of a stretch since they got a bomb plant 4 rounds ago. But they'll throw some smokes into A. Fur, Fallen, Ops are here. They pop off a couple shots, and you got to be worried now if you're Fallen. He might take the safer route, go long down long A, and get away from this fight.
Oh.
Rush is able to pick them both up with pistols, a P250, but now come the automatic rifles, pushing into the site and overwhelming the players. Is the Ops will be saved out of this one, at least one so far. No, they do not get the second one, though. So some economic damage has been done, but you're into the waning moments of this first half. Cloud9 just need to be able to pick up one more, and I think they'll be pretty comfortable with that.
Yeah, with only 2 rounds left in the half, MIBR plenty of money in their pockets to be buying back up. Cloud9, on the other hand, they need to pick up at least one more round, I want to say, so they can say it's a good half or at least be content with the rounds that they got. MIBR, on the other hand, the name of the game is 10 rounds. They're trying to get to 10. They're trying to take that confident 5-round lead. So moving on to T side, that pistol round, if they do complete it, is going to help them that much more.
So now what do you do with a single op? What's this default look like for
Ooh, nice
MIBR?
nades.
They take a different stance as well. Yeah, that nade comes down, hits Cajun B and automatic, and Phelps just stands up in the rising heat below him, and he'll re-smoke off. So Cloud9, who initially wanted some connector control, we actually haven't seen too much gunfire go around connector at all at this game, it seems.
Yeah, I really like this from MIBR. They actually took a gamble stack towards A very early on, playing 4 members. 2 towards connector, 2 towards middle. They're going to double nade connector, smoke it off, and now they fall back. They're going to send a player. Actually, I thought Phelps was going to fall back to B. He's going to rotate back to A. So this is a 4A mid hold now that we're about to see MIBR pull off.
Everybody's watching, everybody's back. It just seems to be this concentric circle for MIBR. Everybody's looking around. Rush is able to pick off coldzera, and that might be it. Cloud9 have really struggled to win the late game in this because they haven't been able to kill coldzera upright. Now they're able to overwhelm mid.
Oh.
This mid presence right now is destructive. MIBR lose that one outright after coldzera's death. And now Taco, last man standing. He's got 3 terrorists coming his direction. 2 of them are coming up through mid and long A, it looks like, and Taco has the first. And they'll double back and try and hit this B site, but Taco's going to read it correctly as well. But he's going to be audibly detected by Cajun B heading towards B, and Cajun B locks him down.
Yeah, so MIBR in that round, we were talking about the fact that they had 4 members towards middle. The only issue with that is there wasn't really a crossfire setup, and you mentioned it. You said that everybody's watching somebody's back. And the problem with that is once one of the pillars fall out of those 4, everybody else starts getting put in this predicament of what spot do they watch. So we saw it. coldzera towards that party area. He's the first person to fall. That kind of makes Fur a little bit nervous because Fur was looking down towards connector, and there could have been the swing coming up behind him at party. Then Fur goes down, and it's on to Fallen with that AWP, who then falls because there's 3 different angles that he can be picked from: connector as well as party as well as mid. And then Phelps tries to trade, and Vice, who just got a kill on coldzera, actually ends up taking down Phelps as well.
It's actually super fast play. Golden is actually able to get around the Molotov that the CTs threw at T-ramp without it using a smoke. He's able to just sprint right into the bathrooms. Fur is working on a flank to be able to backstab, but Automatic is checking it, so they know now that there's a CT that's isolated. I would love to see everybody from Cloud9 turn around, because essentially Fur is surrounded right now. I want to see everybody collapse on him, but instead Fur and Fallen both get kills. Fur now has a route back home. He's able to get back towards long A, get past those bathrooms, and get to the A side if he so desires.
That was nuts. Golden actually slipped up behind Fur there, and I thought he was going to be able to pick up the kill, but Fur just completely reflexing him essentially there and taking down Golden to stay alive. At the same time, Fallen picks up his kill of the round towards short, and that's going to give MIBR a 4-on-3 advantage with 40 seconds on the clock, and we're going to see Cloud9 respond by moving towards B.
Pop flash from Cajun B's on the way, but you've got a player at Greats, and you've got another one that's out there short of it. Phelps hasn't even been needed yet. Here comes Automatic, last man standing. The bomb is in the monster tunnel, and it is known by MIBR. So with 24 seconds, Automatic needs to make a great shot, one, and transfer into the next. It could have been possible because Taka was at 3 HP, so you just needed to get the crosshair in his general direction, and he'd be able to pick up the kill. 9-6, though, is the way it ends up playing in the first half, and that's pretty standard.
Yeah, it was definitely a great half for MIBR. They're coming out on top. Coldzera, a dominant performance in the first half, 18-9. That's exactly what you want out of your star player. Rush, on the other hand, nice performance out of him, 15-11.
Yeah, Coldzera really was the linchpin. Cloud9 looked like they're going to try and run away with it for a bit, but we'll come back more on the second half of MIBR versus Cloud9. You're watching the Pro League.
On my own, when you spill that ramen coke on my t-shirt, yeah, your eyes made it difficult to get my baby. And the next thing I knew, we were so ready to give in, skin to skin on that baseline. Ooh, you give me that high pitch feel, baby. We shared a cigarette by East Versailles. The way you looked at me, couldn't say goodbye. And whatever you did to make it stop, 'cause baby, you make me feel something. And the next thing I knew, we were so ready to give in, skin to skin on that baseline. Ooh, you give me that high pitch feel, baby. We shared a cigarette by East Versailles. The way you looked at me, couldn't say goodbye. And whatever you did to make it stop, 'cause baby, you make me feel something.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Pro League. It's MIBR versus Cloud9 for our first matchup of the day, and we're only halfway through map 1. MIBR taking it 9-6 on Overpass on that CT side. Pretty standard. It did look like, though, Cloud9 for the time being was going to be able to put up some serious numbers. They got 5 in a row. But as we head into the pistol round to start this second half off, Cloud9 playing defense. Vice is going to be one of your support players. Golden is the other, so a double smoke setup for Cloud9. Interestingly so. Nice little bait and switch right there as Cajun B just at the top end of the connector is able to lay one down, but Cajun B needs some help, or does he? Rush has the flank. Fallen and Phelps didn't seem to be able to deal with him, especially Phelps. Now a 5-on-2 has developed. The first half started out with MIBR taking the first pistol round pretty convincingly, and they were able to pick up the 2 rounds behind that as well. But sure, Taco's over towards the B site right now, though. He is cut off entirely from the B site. He wouldn't be able to get past Cajun B. That's over towards the bottom of the ladder. He wouldn't be able to get past... well, maybe he would be able to get past Rush. Maybe.
That was a huge shot from Coldzera there. Cajun B now, he's already at the top of ladder, so he's going to just go towards that B bomb site, actually heading to the T side of Monster, while Taco has just been drifting within B, looking for any rotations, anybody that's coming to play. Doesn't look like he's going to find anything, so I do imagine Coldzera will be hopping on his bike, heading into B momentarily.
Look who's looking, though. Cajun B doing his typical thing.
The dirty lurk.
The dirty lurk. Yesterday it was filthy. We saw him on Inferno doing really well. Takes that first fight against Taco, and that is a resounding success. Though right behind him is coldzera. That's a force to be reckoned with. But Cajun B always seems to be in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, that was a good round out of Cloud9. Really just came down to hitting their shots there. Cajun B starting that round off towards the top of essentially Connector, picking off one player. Then we go down into Connector. Rush puts himself in that little cubby right at the bottom of Connector stairs. Cajun B at the top of the stairs baiting for him. The contact gets made by MIBR. Cajun B fighting away. Rush peeking out, taking down the second player towards Connector, and then taking down essentially the first person that made that contact with Cajun B. It will be a pretty easy round out of Cloud9.
Now, forced buy-in for MIBR on the second includes the Deagles, the CZ, and a Scout for Fallen. As appropriate that is, they are very dangerous. You have to worry about that if you're Cloud9. And we talked about what MIBR do in their second round, what Cloud9, we get to see what Cloud9 do in their second round as well. MIBR had one rifle in their second round, and Cloud9 actually have two. I guess if you can count the FAMAS being on the lower tier of the rifle capacity. Two umps in there, though, to try and still have a pretty high magazine and a deep, at least gunfire range. And Fallen's able to almost reach out and touch somebody that was over there jumping across the APC, but he's been spotted.
Yeah, that was Vice that was just taking a little bit of contact towards long. He is going to fall back at this point. The MIBR players moving up towards short. On the other side of this will be Golden, pressed up against this trash can.
Yeah, the bomb is just on the other side of the wall from him right now. Fur's waiting to see if somebody else will peek, or he's just going to remain and wait for his comrades in arms to be able to join him. So Golden will be overwhelmed momentarily. He's got automatic on the A site. Everybody else is over towards the B site. Yeah, this... Oh, they're actually going to go down through the connector.
Yeah.
They might shift this, but leave the bomb in the bathrooms. Golden, unable to see it, walks right into Fur. Did he see that that was the bomb? Right now, the B site seems to be pretty stationary at that point. And the bomb's making its way towards A. Automatic's gotten himself out towards long A, so he could come right back around and hit this.
Yeah, the plant will be attempted by Fur. Automatic should take him down. Actually, Fur planting in the smoke, a wise decision out of him. Automatic able to take down Phelps instead, but Fur now securing that A bomb site as two members coming in for the flank here.
Taco has him. Oh, he doesn't have it. coldzera instead in a 1v3 now. He's got the MP9 getting a kill, and yes, it is doable. Cajun B is on the bomb, and coldzera is a man on the run looking for the shot. Cajun B will be able to come off of that and defend himself, but with coldzera being alive in a 1v3, you can never count him out.
Yeah, that was a very scary round there for Cloud9, essentially, just because of the fact that those two flankers coming up the connector get completely dismantled by MIBR. Even automatic towards long, his goal there was essentially to take down that bomb plant, but a great decision by Fur to plant in that smoke, thwarts automatic's idea. He actually ends up taking down Phelps, and this is what we're talking about here. coldzera able to take down Vice, pick up that MP9, take down Rush, and this is where it gets terrifying. The only thing that Cloud9 had going for them in that 1v1 situation was the bomb was planted so far into the site that Cajun B had the angle advantage, and coldzera didn't have to worry about coldzera being all the way down short with a deagle.
So here's the thing: MIBR getting 2 for 1. They had a bomb plant and they killed 4 players. They're going to go rebuying right into this round. Golden loses Vice out towards long A, so now Golden is up a creek, literally at the fountain. He'll fall back off, fading through his own fading smoke, and find some Recluse in the bathroom. Still out there towards long A, though, is automatic. He's behind this tree.
Ooh.
This is a difficult position to be able to defend from if there are numbers from MIBR, which there is a second one joining in.
Is Golden going to flash for him?
coldzera's about to hit the rock, spots him, and gets the kill. It is coming in spades for MIBR right now.
Yeah, Golden, the final member on this A bomb site, while Cajun B solo towards the short pipe. It will be Golden, looking for a highlight reel here to keep his team in this round. Able to pick up the first. He does get dinked, however. This is going to put him on 10 HP, easily traded out by Fallen. And the final member, Cajun B. Well, he's probably going to save Dallas.
Yeah, he's miles off from the A site, and he is going to end up holding on to what he's got. There is a relative close lurk from Taco. He's at the bottom side of the connector, even backing up towards the ladder, which is the area where Cajun B is going to be at shortly. He's actually about to turn, and whether he stays in T-spawn or not, should be an angle that is checked.
Should be fairly easy. No, actually, Taco taking him down with the Galil.
Look at everybody upgrading their guns too. I think they held on to those 2 AKs obviously, unless I think a UMP got upgraded and a Galil got upgraded, both to AUGs right now. And Cloud9 are going to be instantly back down to that bottom tier pistols spot. But they've actually bought up. Cloud9 just bought a scout right out of the gates on this one and handed it over to Automatic. This is peculiar with what purchase they got going on right now. Just pistols and a little bit of armor.
I do imagine that they were thinking about going for the double save, so essentially just force buying up into this round, just try and get something on the board. If they don't, they'll save one more, and then we'll see the gun round come around for them. However, MIBR, I'd like to point out Coldzera, with plenty of rounds to play, is already on 22 frags here. Complete dominant performance from him to start it off. MIBR moving very quickly towards the short pipe to begin the round as well, with the remaining members playing towards connector passively and Phelps and Fur, who's also watching party/middle.
That scout shot from Automatic may have made MIBR a little bit nervous initially, because in my opinion, you would have thought you've broken economy for Cloud9. You would in 2 rounds ago, you brought them down to 1 player, and then you force bought up yourselves. And so you know your economy is weak as well in this round, but you anticipated that it was going to just be pistols. It should have been an easier round, but that first scout shot has slowed MIBR down. They're going to take this one classically as if it were rifles. Just play your own game, play smokes, play all your flashes, dump all that utility just to ensure that you don't have a high kill count for Cloud9.
Yep. Looking at it right now, MIBR will be moving up towards the short A area here, moving out towards that connector. They haven't spotted Golden, however. He's in a great spot within this bathroom to most likely pick up one as Phelps gets tagged as well. Automatic able to take him down.
From
Here
Golden.
comes Golden. Able to get one now, and it's on to Fallen. Can he stop Golden in this situation? And he does. Thankfully so, keeping that bomb on MIBR's hands, and they will be moving towards A site as the clock, Dallas, is near the 20-second mark.
And look at all the reinforcements coming to A. Automatic hits the next shot, looking for a couple more players. The bomb's spotted at 15 seconds. There is a long flank coming. That's going to be Cajun B on his way back through, trying to collect this old AK that was dropped, maybe an AUG, but it might only be the front line that's needed. Fur gets the kill. He'll start planting the bomb at 5 seconds as the spam comes through. They haven't quite found him yet. Fur needs a miracle, and he's got it started right now.
He can do it.
1v1. He can. There's armor on Cajun B. He's about to swing out. Fur, being as small as he can behind that dice box, will duck underneath Cajun B's shot, and Cloud9 dropped the round. You got to remember, Cloud9 only really bought a scout and a little bit of armor on that one.
Yeah, really off the back of Golden was what even allowed Cloud9 into that situation. Golden playing very, very sneaky beaky like in that bathroom. He's going to go ahead and come around, catch Taco off. Fallen does end up taking him down, but that creates such a problem in terms of the clock that MIBR has to rush into the site. Cloud9 is already assembled within that site. They're going to be dropping players left, right, and center, but Fur, wisely planning in that smoke, is able to get the plan off. Cloud9 commits to the spraying into the smoke, and that's going to allow Fur to push even further now, pick up a frag, and then reset onto Cajun B. Great round out of him.
Good Molotov from Fur right here as that stops Cloud9. They post up. Now they push in towards Fountain. Fur a little bit slow to track the first players, only able to pick up 2. That's going to be an AK picked up in Automatic's hands. He's able to also pick up a smoke off of the corpse. So all it is Automatic right now with everybody down to out in front of him. And only looking for exit frags is the real situation. Cloud9 have been able to keep a high kill count like we predicted. So the economy for MIBR is vulnerable for the time being, but 4 alive in this round if Automatic is not to be able to find one. That should be okay. Automatic's AK is going to be a welcome sight anyways if he doesn't end up running into a fight.
Yeah, I do imagine Automatic right now, for him, the name of the game is keeping this AK and bringing it into the next round, so he doesn't have to worry about rebuying. He can get utility, save himself quite a bit of dollar value. MIBR doesn't look to be hunting too eagerly, but they're just kind of searching it out, seeing if they can find Automatic and pick up an easy kill.
So they had pushed out, I believe, through long A, and then they wrapped back around through the bathrooms to come back to the A site. They virtually checked all of the map except for T-spawn and back towards bank, and they will not be able to find Automatic in time. So the AK is retrieved. Cloud9 will have that going into the next round. I expect more AUGs. Since Automatic is able to stay alive in that one with an AK, he could have bought up an AWP and handed it over. Rush could also buy an AWP and hand it over, but it probably is not enough. We've seen MIBR try and utilize the glass cannon AWP. They did have some effect with it as well, but it is a risk that Cloud9 aren't willing to take.
Cloud9 looking at this round. We'll be playing towards Connector, I do believe. Heading 2 members down towards that area while they leave 1 player in Vice towards the top of Connector. This is a great little setup out of them. The Connector players will be baiting for Vice to actually wide swing out. Golden to make the first contact onto Phelps as well as Coldzera here, as it does look like they're just about to near the corner.
Pop flash up. There's the first Golden. He is the bait, but
nice shooting.
That bait has some sharp hooks with it. Golden sinks his teeth into Phelps and Coldzera. Coldzera's, I mean, he's been popping off today so far. He's 24 and 13. The fact that you've killed him should make this magnitudes easier.
Now, if we're watching Automatic in this situation, you're going to see him on top of this boost spot in the Connector as Cajun B takes down Tacos. So Vice now wide swings out. Automatic spot hasn't even been put into play yet here. It will be onto Fur to make it happen, but the bomb being down in Connector, he's got his work cut out for him, Dallas.
Yeah, Cloud9 just they made the correct call. Let's put 3 players in Connector. They managed to just hold on to that, and they ended up gifted the bomb. You're rolling the dice at that point, and Cloud9 ended up rolling the 20, and they end up with a gift at that point. So they had 5 alive to start this, and Fur's able to chip off 1, looking for a couple more. The bomb's beneath him. And a couple players actually have abandoned it for the time being. They probably have that blue door open and are staring through it.
They
do. So Furs should be able to recover this bomb, but as soon as he goes down here, oh, this is actually intelligent from Fur. He knows that people are going to swing out and try and grab him as he gets down there. These angles are clear, but he doesn't know that, so he'll check it out. Recovering this bomb at this point, it's almost not worth it.
15 seconds on the clock here. Fur's got to hightail it into that site. I don't think he's going to be able to now as the 10-second mark hits. He's going to go for that save, but it doesn't look like anybody from Cloud9 is going to keep him from it. Fur even recovering the AWP. He's just waiting it out, though. Yeah. He doesn't want to risk picking up that op and getting taken down, so he is going to grab it now. Throw that over to Fallen as the round starts, and it does look like MIBR will be buying back once again.
So, like looking at that round and looking at Fur in a 1v5, the fact that there was 15 or 20 seconds left and he was still going towards that bomb, I actually think he was looking for a fight. Getting the bomb is just part of trying to find the locale of where Cloud9 are. He knows that they're in that area code, and he wants to be able to take a fight to get the economy for Cloud9 to remain at this lull, because it was almost a perfect round for them, and instead they end up taking 2 casualties that weren't necessarily unnecessary, but it was just outplayed by Fur.
Yeah, for Fur, if he was able to take down 1, maybe 2 guns there before the round actually ended, he would have done so much economic damage to Cloud9 that it would put them into a predicament now where really none of them were. We would probably see some MP9s, maybe some Famouses being dropped. Unfortunately, not being able to do that, Cloud9 will have a full buy coming into this round. Well, as close to a full buy as you can get.
Sure.
A couple people missing head armor, a kit is missing, some utility, but it's still a fairly strong buy out of the CT side. MIBR, on the other hand, well, they've got everything they need, including that AWP that Fur had saved in the previous round, and it does look like MIBR to begin this round will be heading towards B and leaving Phelps to kind of create that presence towards middle.
Virtually the same setup.
Oh, they
from
went
Cloud9.
for that. Yeah.
Virtually the same, and Phelps reads it. He'll just continue through and pick up where Fur left off in the last round. Getting a 2-for-1 trade, that's fine and dandy as far as MIBR are concerned. They're setting up to strike into this B site. Rush on the left side of the smoke, on the left side of the monster tunnels. Great pop flash in there, but Fallen is able to get him before he's able to do lethal damage to Taco. Now it stands to Cajun B. It's only his turn left. 1v3 on the site. He's got the first 2, but Fallen's able to wing him in the shoulder through the wall. Golden, though, returns, and it's back to a 1v1. The bomb's down out there in front of monster tunnels. Golden's in kind of an awkward spot, though, since the bomb's favored to the site in itself, and they know Golden's position. There's only 2 routes that he can actually get to aggress back into the B site.
Look at Fur now. He actually faked that he's running towards spawn, and he's going to hear Golden now moving towards short B, and he realizes it here. He's like, I got him. I faked him. I'm going to be able to get that bomb down. And now Golden moving up towards bathroom. Well, he's going to be out of distance from the plant, and now he's going to get to that A bomb site and be like, wait, hold on a second.
Let's see the gears turn. Let's see how long it takes Golden to figure this one out. So far, about 5, 6, 7 seconds have expired off this bomb. He still hasn't heard it tick. The gears are still turning.
There you go.
And now he's figured it out. The bomb's gotten loud enough to be from the B site for him to be able to detect it. Now it's a foot race, though. Fur has so many places that he could be at. He's instead behind the door, and he has been overshot by Golden. Bomb's in a pretty Easy spot to be able to defuse this through the smoke.
Yeah, he can get on this here.
He could get on this.
He's going to have to take that distance. That was perfect.
Yeah, I did. I love that play from Fur. So he overshoots the B site only barely, and he's able to escape Golden, but he parks himself. So now he's in this position that if Golden follows the same track, Fur wins the fight anyways. And if Golden ends up running the way he did, trying to avoid that setup in case it was a fake, he ends up trying to retake the A site instead, so a ton of time was burned off the clock.
Yeah, the one thing I want to address in that round was the setup towards Connector that Cloud9 were trying to run with Vice over towards that little Cubby area, as well as Automatic boosted in. I think Automatic was actually supposed to bait for him there, but Automatic was too far over to the left, and when we actually saw Phelps come out towards middle, the first person he was able to make contact with was Vice in that Cubby with nowhere to go, so he's going to pick up Vice there very easily, then take down Automatic as well. So I think if Automatic was a little bit more over to his right on that boost, he would have made that contact first. That would have allowed Vice to swing out wide, and that kill could have gone the way of Cloud9.
Okay, so Cloud9 are back down to pistols. This has been plaguing them this entire half so far. They got the pistol round success, and they got the second round, but it was bomb plant in the second. So MIBR, as soon as they got rifles, they laid down the law against Cloud9, and they haven't really had much of an oasis out in this desert. It's been pretty much of a dry spell. So back to pistols probably means that MIBR would find the 14th with relative ease. They'll catch the first and diligent to clean their angles, though Vice just sometimes has better aim.
Now running out of ammo, having to go on that reload. A lot of damage being done to him. He's still going to keep going here, looking for this kill. Fur finally taking him down. The second on the round for Fur. Rushing into A now. Rush playing very close to this long A just by this sign. Is Fur going to check it? He does, and he gets a very nice kill to open up A.
Yeah, catches him right as he pulls the grenade out. Long shot from Golden with the CZ, and Taco doesn't want to take this fight considering he has the bomb in hand, so he'll run off, and then Cold Zero will line him up. Golden and Cajun B. Golden came out of the bathrooms. Cajun B from left to right to the top of the connector, and he just holds down the spray pattern. So 14th round as expected for MIBR. Cloud9 are really struggling, and they're going to end up diving pretty deep into their bank accounts to be able to afford up the AUGs, the AWP. The utility is going to be short-handed, though.
Look at Cold Zero, that fresh shave on him right there. Taking it back, going old school. Old school Cold Zero there, taking off that beard, just letting us see his nice baby face right there. But MIBR are up 14-9, and as we're moving towards what could be the late part of this second half now, as MIBR on the brink, 2 rounds away from taking map 1. We are going to see them moving very heavily towards Monster. 4 players positioned outside this area, and vice versa for Cloud9. I do believe they're playing 4 on this B site. So great calls by both teams essentially to group up and stay together, and they're both going to have to battle it out for contention of this site.
Yeah, so this is really Cloud9's last stand. They have this rifle round and an AWP, and they would never be able to afford that again unless they're able to win this and continue to keep those rifles healthy and keep them pumping. So Rush has been spotted towards toxic barrels. Got some grenades coming his way. Cajun B picks up the first, though, and Rush is going to try and self-smoke to make sure that he stays alive. Another Molly comes in to waste at that point, but this grenade's going to do a lot of damage against Rush. 50 damage nade lands right into his back pocket, and MIBR, after throwing a little bit of a salvo into the B site, now choose to go back towards A with how advanced Fur is.
Look at Fur right now. He's just about at that truck area. A nice flash from him. He's going to blind Golden and push him off. That's going to give Fur total truck control. If he starts using his nades here momentarily, that's going to push Golden back as well. That's going to create such a division for the Cloud9 side from this site that MIBR should be able to pick up this round. We will see the flash come in off of Phelps. Fur able to take down Golden. Now a Molotov into bank, a smoke to spawn, and MIBR have the A bomb site.
Yep, they'll get it with a bomb planted at 20 seconds to reset and extend the round a little bit more, but it is 4-on-4, but both teams have dumped all utility, so now it comes down to the entirety of the clock. Cajun B has the first frag, and right now it does look like Cloud9 are worried about a flank coming to the rear side. They were still looking down into those lower halls, anticipating that some of the players were still around. Fallen at the dice box, at the default position. It was a dink and a donk traded to both sides, but Phelps and Cold Zero remain, but the clock starts to favor them. It ticks further and further away, and the fact that there's no kits means Cloud9 might not be able to get this regardless. They need to put somebody on the bomb immediately, and they were going to back off the site and hold on as best as they can. I don't think Vice is going to survive this one.
Yeah, very low on HP. He should be going down,
They
and
both
actually
died.
automatic
Oh,
falls
no.
as well. Yeah, they're right under the bomb site in that situation, so there's no real opportunity for them to save, losing both their guns. Cloud9 forced to just spend anything they got to stay in this. There's Babyface Cold Zero one more time for all you fans out there that haven't seen that throwback in a long time.
So that's, look at this. This is where Cloud9 were a little bit worrisome of a flank coming towards the B site. They saw all this utility come in this direction, and then Cajun B left it, and you still had players that were committed to watching the rear guard coming up the stairs. They were very, very nervous about that intelligent play, because that's what we've seen from MIBR so far is intelligent play.
Well, even the way they took that site there, leaving Fur in that truck position, Fur's not using his nades the entire time. Until his team gets there, Fur is just positioned by truck looking for anybody that wants to rotate in. And then Phelps, as they're coming into the site, they're going to get the pop flash going for Fur. Phelps flashing above the truck, blinding Golden. Fur wide swinging out, finding the first kill there, and that's what prompts him to start using his nades. He realizes that, hey, the site is ours now, my team's rolling in, I'm going to smoke off spawn, I'm going to Molotov off bank, and that gets MIBR so much A control in such little time that Cloud9 with no kits are hard-pressed to retake it.
Yep, and I said that was the best shot that Cloud9 had, because you look at this is the little brother round compared to what they had before. They've got the Scout instead of the AWP, they got the MP9s instead of the M4s, and the UMPs instead of the AUGs. So now it's a trouble for Cloud9. This is their map pick. They've been trounced on their own choice of Overpass.
Yeah, and this was something that I saw looking at these map picks when they first came out. A team like MIBR that's been around for so long, they've got much more practice in than this Cloud9 roster. When I saw Overpass, Train, and then Mirage as the final map, I was like, well, these are all very comfortable maps for the MIBR side. They play phenomenally on all of them, and that's exactly what we're seeing now. With a 15-9 lead over the Cloud9 team, MIBR on the cusp of taking map 1.
Oh, Cold Zero senses something's wrong. They think that Golden's back here. They may have even spotted him at some point. Now they'll be able to deal with him easily so. And we'd seen something similar to that in the first half where Cloud9 weren't able to collapse on Fur, who was behind enemy lines. Fur actually defended himself, and Fallen was able to bail him out of that as well. Pop Flash is in play, but the MP9 can't do it at that range. Just a little bit of chip damage against those players, and it looks like it's all but over. Cloud9 only having Cajun B and Rush against the likes of the entirety of MIBR's lineup. Molotov comes in, and right now they are burning a bit, but they're able to avoid that one, considering that Moly wasn't directly at the threshold of the site. They could just waltz around it. 14 seconds for Rush to somehow manage to pull. Oh, actually, the bomb is planted. I thought Rush might be able to get there in time to stop the bomb plant, but he would have been shot instantly. 1v5. This should conclude the first map in favor of MIBR. He's been spotted now. They're flashing him off, they're pushing him back, and now there's just, what do you think about map 2?
Well, as Fallen does take down Rush, map 2 is what we are going to be looking at there. I'd like to commend Fur as well as Cold Zero, 26-27 frags in that map 1 victory. Definitely